Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to my live. Like, subscribe, comment, and follow. You don't have to, but if you want to become $500 richer, I suggest you subscribe to Esme&Eric's YouTube channel, you guys. Can't get no more legit than this. Either subscribe to my channel and win 500 bucks, or keep subscribing to Mr. Beast's $1 billion subscribers and win nothing. So yeah, you guys, what's good? My kids, I just dropped my kids off at school. My cat came home. I like to repeat, my cat came home yesterday because he was just in the neighbor's yard, you guys. I thought he was in Cardston. I thought he was deep in the trenches. He wasn't in the trenches, you guys. It's just in my neighbor's house. My neighbor has a those electrical time thingamajiggers. And I think like every 9 o'clock it shuts or locks because he was locked in there for 3 days. So yeah, I was just happy he came home. He's trying to act different and shit. And he's good. He took off again. This time I know where he is though. So and it doesn't interfere with the moving, you guys. So you guys, I might go forth with my promise as yesterday. Um, we'll do another video. We'll do a live, you guys. A fun little live again. So I want you guys to steer clear for that. Let me quickly check my mic settings, you guys. Which one was it? Yeah, no one commented, so no one got it. You guys, I gave you guys a chance of winning 50 bucks yesterday. Give me a second here. Reduce mic background. What did I put that out for again? Oh yeah. What was that again? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did that. I did. I did a giveaway. I was gonna do a giveaway, you guys. If anybody that was in my live, because there's a lot of people in my live yesterday, and I figured that I would do a $50 giveaway if you guys knew the answer to one of my questions. I can't remember what the hell it was, but that's how many videos we're doing. That means we're doing a good thing, you guys. It means we're doing so much things you can't remember one thing or the other. So you guys, I had dropped my daughter off. You guys, she's having some problems at school with some white some white students. Before I begin, you guys, she goes to Kirkston Elementary School, you guys, and you guys had not be quacks treat us boys, especially when us boys right bring them to school on the court. We don't get picked for the ball team. It's still the same, you guys. I want to make that clear. It's still exactly the same. My daughter wanted to join the basketball team and told me, Dad, make sure you wait for the email. So I received the email on Monday, January 6th, it was the date. And then in the email, it said, I need you guys to get a hold of me before January 5th, the day before. And if your kids want to join the basketball team. My daughter says that the basketball team was already practicing that weekend before, so the kids already had a basketball team. Cardston had their basketball team. They got this real huge, I don't know, maybe of Hawaiian descent or something. I don't know. She's a Samoan or I don't know. She's like fucking 8 feet tall. Anybody has their kids at Cardston School knows what I'm talking about. I won't mention names because it's not right to do that. But this girl's like a 6 footer, you guys, already. You know, she can fucking ball. But get this, you guys. My daughter has learned how to dribble the ball, put it through her legs, spin, do the layup. Oh, my daughter's been practicing, you guys. And she was upset to find out that she couldn't join the basketball team because the Carson already had the basketball team. Let me rewind it back to our day when we used to play ball on the court. Kurt, Whole bunch of us. We were ballers, you guys. We're still ballers. 39 years old, we can still ball. When we went to try out for the Cardston Cougars, we were told that we were fancy ball handlers and we didn't pass the ball, and Cardston doesn't need that. It was confusing because half of the time all we did was participate in drills. We didn't ball hog. We didn't go to. Every now and then when we had the time, we had the ball and they say, "Hey, bring it in," then we'll run and go do a fancy layup. That's what we usually did, but we never did like go showboat in front of tryouts. No. So you guys, it's still the same, even for the elementary kids, you guys. So and times are changing. Back in the day, maybe let's do an example, you guys. Back in the day, hoop dancing would be for the native kids. Maybe Anna Holt. She's a native. She's a white girl that was always in the Blackfoot classes, you guys. So let's put it that way, you guys. Maybe there's always that one person that joins the basketball team or the native classes. And nowadays it's different. You could join the hoop dancing. And then now you guys got these white kids doing flips, and it's really awesome, you guys. Like I really, really have mad respect for Mr. First Charger putting a twist to it. But my daughter is being told to quit by the other white kids that are hoop dancing. You guys, our kids learn from us, and our kids grow up to be who they are because of us. I told my daughter not to bend backwards or to bend any way for these kids, especially the Napiguans, the Napiquaks, the Napiakis. I told my daughter never bend backward or forward for them. So my daughter is she doesn't do the she doesn't do the cartwheels and the flips. Eh? She's just a hoop dancer, and she's told to quit. But these little white kids are the same size as her. They're telling her to quit, 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 quit. And I told my daughter, no, 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 no. Because she came home one day and she wanted to quit. She said, Dad, I'm going to quit. And she thought it was okay. She thought that it's just easy, as easy it is for these Napiakis and these little white boys to say, oh, quit, go quit, or make her feel stupid because she did something wrong. My daughter, if she did something wrong or if she fucked up on the dance floor, she'll correct it. But there's no need for other kids to go and say, "Oh, quit," especially the not be ones. It's not right for those guys to telling our native children our dance and to quit because she's not fast enough to do a flip. That's not right, you guys. That's not fucking cool, actually. Can you imagine if we just allow our kids to quit? And then our kids will be typical native kids on the reserve that quit everything. I may not have the most squeaky clean, work clean record, because I'll admit it. When I grew up with my father, and I grew up like it's really like touchy subject, you guys. When you grow up with your mom and dad, and when you grow up with grandma, grandma's gonna let you get away with more shit because possibly she's doing shit. I'm just gonna say that for the reserve. And my dad and my mom, they gave me and my sister up when we're at birth at the hospital, and they gave us to my grandmother because they were just young. My dad was 14 when he had me. He was 12 years old when he had my sister Candace. My mom was 14 when she had Candace, and she was 16 when she had me. So my mom was too young to take care of me. So I grew up with my grandma Linda. That's why I call her my mom. Darlene, if you've seen this, big shout out to you, Darlene. I know you watch my movies in the morning. She knows my grandma Linda. My grandma Linda was really awesome. Like, she used to babysit for her, and my mom would do all nice things for her. Anyways, my mom wasn't too keen. Like if I wanted to miss school, If I wanted to miss school, my grandma would say, "Eric, you can miss school." And then if Mr. Fox comes over, just act like you're sick. That's what grandma would do. My dad, on the other hand, would say, "Eric, get your fucking ass up out the sky and fuck how fucking sick you are. Get the hell out the door." I do I do have the respect for him for doing that much for me. But you guys, the work ethics, I didn't grow up with work ethics. I didn't grow up with, oh, I got to get a job. I got to pay for this. I got to do this. I got to do that. I didn't grow up like that. My father more or less took care of it. My grandma took care of me and would have let me drop out of school if I wanted to. That's my point with grandma. She would let me quit school if I wanted to. On the other hand, my father said, no, no quitting school. You're going to finish school. What the fuck, man? You know? So I do give my dad that much, but it wasn't like now that I'm older, like, I do admit it's hard for me to sit there and take shit from somebody else and get into trouble, especially at a work site, you guys. Um, I want to sway my kids away from that. I don't want my kids to grow up like that. I want my kids to be I want them to be free, but at the same time I want them to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my children to quit the basketball team. I don't want my daughter to quit the hoop dancing team just because somebody else told them to. No way. You guys, anybody watching that, watching this, and your kids come back with that kind of story, listen to them, take the time out and hear what's really going on before you say, yeah, you can quit. Because you get that mentality, you can quit everything. You know, that that saying is true. Um, don't quit. Don't quit anything. Don't quit your job. Don't quit school because someone's bullying you. Go out and ask for help. Go tell the teacher, oh, this kid's talking mad shit. That's what I suggest you do. What I don't suggest is making your children, I mean, allowing your children to make their own decisions when it comes to quitting extracurricular events. Uh-uh. Carson, I grew up in Carson, you guys. Nothing sweet about it, man. I went through all kinds of fucking racist bullshit. And Carson's still the same, you guys. There's always the native grad and the white grad. There's not, and then yeah, they put it the ceremony at the end, but the ceremony is clear that it's not a grad. It's not the honorary night. It's not honorary night. It's not. No, we do honorary night with our own people. I don't get that, especially with the ATA, the Alberta Teachers Association, and they got an Aboriginal Alberta's Teacher Association. We are from Cardston. We were taught by the ATA, the Alberta Teachers Association. So we should be recognized as simple graduates as with everybody else. We weren't with the Aboriginal Alberta Teachers Association or whatever they call it. That's where I get confused. I'm like, okay, Kainai, let me break it down for you guys where I'm from. Kainai on the reserve, Cardston. Cardston's in the vicinity of the town, with all teachers required to do things by the book. So you got Cardston, they are registered, they're certified by the ATA. Kainai, the native students, the native teachers are they are recognized by the Aboriginal side. So how is it in Cardston School that us natives are taught by uh, teachers that are certified by the ATA, But at the same time, we have to do Native Honor Night with ourselves and get our own awards. You guys, if I was the valedictorian in Cardston, I'm going to be recognized as the native valedictorian. And then Cardston will just have the general valedictorian, who is usually the bishop's granddaughter or the bishop's son. Nothing's changed. That's why I wanted my kids to go to Cardston, because the strength, the agility that they're going to gain from this experience is going to be a life experience for them. They're going to be better equipped to handle these situations, just as yours truly is. My kids are not in a reservation school. I will never have them on a reservation school, ever. Because the reservation settles for what they got. They're told to be happy, and they're happy. They're not told to go the extra mile, that extra grit that we get in Cardston. You know, a lot of stuff happened and to me growing up. When I got out to the outer world, there was racial profiling. There was nepotism amongst my own people. You know, there's racial conflicts amongst different people of you know. But I was equipped, because you can't be treated any worse out there than you do when you're in Cardston. But your name will be tagged to some shit also for the rest of your life, which is being a quitter. My children are not gonna quit. My children don't quit. My children defend themselves. And I encourage you guys too. Cardston's a good place for that, because they're gonna go through it. When they get older, they're gonna be recognized as children that graduated from that school, which is a good school, you guys. We got the best university in Lethbridge. We got the best schools around Southern Alberta. Raymond, you guys. By the way, Cougars rock. Comets. Oh, I teach my kids that too. You know, Comets ain't shit, man. Make sure you guys go for the Cougars. Or here's a saying, you guys. LCC or LCI in Lethbridge are not. They're called LCI Cougars. Hey, Cardston Cougars. Those are the true Cougars, you guys. And I got school spirit, you guys. I grew up with school spirit. And even though I've dealt with the same things my children are dealing with, the only difference is back in the day, we didn't get equal opportunity to even try out, you know? So for our children to be able to try out, I give them that much. Sometimes they don't make the team, but I do make that much up. But you guys, my kids, they're a different breed. They're not going to grow up with these options of saying, yeah, you could quit. My dad said I could quit. The teacher's picking on me. No, if your teacher's picking on you, your dad's going to go up there and tell the teacher to his face why he's picking on you. Different nowadays. So, you guys, if your kids are going through this, I condemn you just to push them through it. Don't go back and say, I'm going to go make a complaint to the school office. I'm going to go do this. It's not going to work. All you're going to do is just put it at the bottom. Oh, my kids are out at Kainai now. They're getting treated too bad in Cardston. Don't do that, you guys. No. Keep your kids in a school that is recognized, where the education curriculum is designed to be recognized from any point of view, from anybody, from any sector, from any job management, anybody that says, okay, well, this is tagged underneath their name. That goes a long way, you guys. Don't let your kids settle for less, is what I'm saying. And also, I want to make clear, I'm not telling you how to parent. I'm just telling you what I went through as a child and now as a parent who has children. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. Back in my day, we get told to quit. I see so many people just jump up and quit, but we didn't cry. We're solid. We didn't have mental health issues. That's gonna be my second topic here, you guys. We're gonna be talking about mental health issues and all this good stuff. I know you guys are eager to hear about. Plus, Donald Trump put out a executive order. I'm gonna talk about a few of those, you guys, because a few of them affect us, especially the drilling, in Canada. Um, we'll talk about that, you guys. As soon as I'm done talking about my children here, I see Mr. Paulson. Mr. Paulson is the old. Mr. Paulson was the old teacher out at the old music teacher for Cardston. I asked him how his program was going. He said that he doesn't know because too many people these days quit. They up and quit, and he's getting old, eh? So he got tired of it. And long story short was he said there's too many goddamn quitters, is what he told me. So that's when I started thinking to myself, because my daughter phoned home and she wanted to quit she's doing an after school program. You guys, we'll talk about the after school program too, you guys, who they put in there. People that deserve it or just trying to fill it up with aboriginals because they get all that money from the Jordan Act and all that or Jordan whatever it was called. We'll talk about all that. So yeah, my daughter thought that she can come home and say, oh well, dad, I'm just gonna quit because these guys are picking on me or something. I told her, no, you can't quit, get through it. Tell the teacher what I said. So she's gonna go tell today, she's gonna go tell the teachers and explain to them why she truly wants to quit, and it's because some little girl told her to. So that was why I said to myself, well, I get back, I'm gonna do a good video on it. I'm gonna make sure and explain my side. So yeah, I didn't let her quit, you guys, and she's not getting like abused or anything like that. She can handle her own. She's a fighter, you guys. She's a fighter that will make your son run. So I'm not too worried about that part. I'm just worried about the part where she thinks that it's okay to just up and quit. I don't have to talk to my mom and dad about it. I just have to tell my dad that I'm gonna quit, and then come home and try to say, Dad, I'm gonna quit. Yeah, no. She got a whole hour from her dad yesterday on why she's not gonna be a quitter. You know, I told her, my girl, if you quit now, when you turn 13 or 14, you're gonna quit because you're bored. When you get a job when you turn 16, because I'm going to make my kids work when they turn 16. Maybe 14, depending on how mature they are. But I explained to her she can't just quit. And you guys should learn that as well, because when we get older, we have issues with credit, mortgages. And you guys, we have to admit, we can't keep crying on that same line saying that we're mistreated. You know? I even say this to you guys. People come from countries that are making nothing. Did you guys see that video on TikTok where that Mexican guy got 1 week of pay? He's an honest worker. He's an honest he went through all the legal hoorah to get into the US, and he works and he's a hell of a roofer. You guys should have seen the video. He just climbs up and fucking, any contractor out there is gonna want that kid. So they gave him they paid him max what they're giving everybody else. He got $1,000, well, $1,100 his first week. His first week make 1,100. And in Mexico, he said that takes a whole year to make. And he made it in 1 week in the US, you guys. Got a mortgage. His boss vouched for him. We could do the same, you guys. But we're different. We're settled. We're meant to be comfortable, and that's it. And that's why some people say when they want to get up and get more, they say, no, we're already comfortable. You guys, we're always selling ourselves short because the white man told us to. But it starts when we're young, you guys. I don't know how I don't know anybody, including myself, that can gain work ethics 39 years later, you know? So my mom and dad kept me comfortable. They told me I didn't have to work. One thing I do regret, you guys, was when my mom said when I turned 12 or 13, I have to go work. And I was already worried about that. I was only 7. My dad took me back when I was 7. So I was already thinking 6 years ahead. I'm gonna have to work. My mom wants me to work. When I got back to my mom and dad, I wasn't I wasn't told to work. And on my 13th birthday, you guys, you know how I spent it? I still remember how I spent it. My mom took off to Calgary and my dad chased her and I went to my cousin Bobby's and he gave me my first hit of acid. I'll never forget my 13th birthday, you guys. I was like messed up on acid. You guys remember that old school shit? That old school acid? Not like these days you can take 10 hits of acid and say, "Oh, I tried acid." But if you guys tried acid back in my day, 25 years, well, I'd say 13, 23, 33, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38, 39, 26 years ago. Wow, 26 years ago, you guys. That acid was strong. That was some good shit. I want to say, because a couple of years ago, me and my cousin Andy tried it and was like, that's shit. And then people these days say, oh, I tried, man. I tried like 10 hits. We're like, nah, back in the day, you just try one and go crazy. Literally, don't come out of it. You guys, I won't condone that. At the same time, I'm talking about education, but I had to throw it out there, you guys. So instead of me going to work when I was 13, my mom and dad took me and I got to spend it with my cousin Bobby and get stoned on acid. That's the only thing I regret, you guys, because if I knew for a fact that I was staying with my mom, my grandma mom, Linda, she would have made me work when I was 13. Would have been built with work ethics after that and kept any job that I wanted. And no, no, no. So it's guys, it starts when our kids are young. It starts when our kids are young. I I appreciate anybody that's pushing their kids to that extra mile in life because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need it because you can't these days, like you guys, our people are going on self pity and blaming, and we can't do that, you guys. We can't keep saying that. I get there's tweaks that we don't get. Like some people can get a mortgage through the amount of money that they have, the circumstances surrounding them, and then we don't. I do get that, you guys, but we won't talk about that. What I want to talk about is the obvious. You know, the obvious of saying, "Oh, this and that. Oh, we're mistreated." Yeah, we're mistreated. So what are you gonna do about it? You're gonna talk about it, or are you gonna be about it? I was taught to be about it, you guys. That's why I'm pretty vocal. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing, you guys, because there's not one person out there that can't tell me nothing. I feel like that. I was built to speak up. You guys see my rant that I did. How many people would are phased by what I say or what I do? It's because there's not many like me that are vocal. There's not many people out there that are not scared. You guys, I'm not scared of nothing, no one, or anybody, you guys. I've been drugged through the mud. I've been through jail. I went to prison. I sold drugs. I got stabbed in prison. I got fucking stabbed in jail, in the corrections in Lethbridge. I got into fights on the street. I lost some and I won some. I didn't lose any fights. But the fact is, I handled it the same way our children are going to be handling it. And I do encourage that. I encourage, that's the word I was looking for, encourage. I encourage you guys to keep your kids moving forward. You know, don't be so quick to say, okay, oh, son, they're picking on you. They called you whatever. Yeah, you can take the day off. I don't encourage that, you guys. You tell your son to tell that kid, let's handle it. Let's handle it. And you guys, let me tell you this, a lot of my fucking enemies, my enemies when I was back in the day, are my good friends today. And for a lot of the enemies that got that title was because I was we would have disagreements and would butt heads. But now that I'm older, the same kids that called me their enemies that are my friends now encourage what I say and tell me to keep going forward with it. That's why we're different. So you guys, I grew up a lone wolf. I grew up a lone wolf. I had my friends, Rockland Jr., shout out to all my boys, Timmy, all of y'all. I had all you guys to back me up. But I was a lot different from you guys. You guys know that. 100%, you guys know that. I was different. I would stand up for the boys. I would make sure I was that leader. I'd make sure I was the adults coming to pick on us children. I was like, guys, if we're gonna get fucked up, man, I'll get fucked up for this. And then we'll go have. But I was able to talk with adults when I was a kid and settle and resolve. I don't know today, which leads me to my second subject, is how soft some of our people could be. I mean, why do you guys have to be so soft and say, "Oh, we're going through mental health. Can you be a little gentler on them?" They're just coming out of the fucking closet or something. These days, you guys, mental health issues and that type of shit were two different things. More or less, if you were like that, you were like that. We didn't have no judgment towards you. We didn't care what the fuck you were doing or what. Nowadays, you got like people getting sent out of the room. Oh, you made what's her name cry? Can you be excused? Then the whole school looks at the kid like he did something bad. You go to the office, the principal, the teacher, whoever was involved explains, oh well, this person has mental health issues and they're sad and depressed and they don't like being talked to like that. And that's what I don't agree with now, guys, because there's so much of it. Back in my day, we all had to handle our shit and we had to handle it thoroughly. If we wanted to fix it, we had to handle it thoroughly. We weren't told that, oh, there's mental health issues. You guys, oh, you made her sad, you made her cry. You're. that's what that's what we were told. That's what we're told right now. So you guys got all this talk about mental health. Oh, somebody's sad, somebody's mad. Well, how come back in my day we didn't have any of that? We didn't have any of these issues that escalated that far. Seldomly we would see issues like that. Seldomly. But let me tell you guys this. We didn't have a whole cause for it. Right now there's a fucking uprise for it. Oh, I got to take medication. I got to put you on antidepressants. A lot of kids are going through that route. Would you guys put your kids on pills? Just a question. I fucking bet not. Would you yourself, being that you're 30 years old, knowing that when you're a kid, You were dealing with the same kind of bullshit, but you didn't have to go on pills, antidepressants. And then now you're 30 years old, you got a few kids, life's gravy when you want it to be. All of a sudden you're on Paxil. You're on Lilly Pharmaceuticals, trying to adjust your brain waves because of mental health. Back in my day, never went that far. We never went that far to say, oh, well, we got to take pills. And those fucking pills make people go crazy. You guys know, um, uh, what's his name? The wrestler. His title move was the Wolverine. His move, Chris Benoit. You guys know Chris Benoit? Chris Benoit. If you guys, uh, mental health issues his whole life. He got a wife and a child, and even killed the dog. Prior to this incident happened, taking the life of his children and his wife, he went on antidepressants. His whole life, not on nothing, and then he gives it a shot because he's getting tired of it and goes on this antidepressant and then snaps. They put him on antidepressants and sleeping pills. He may never been on that. He may have injected human growth hormone for like how every wrestler did it, and they're paying the consequences now. But for him to finally say, I'll deal with this, and then go to the doctor and say, I'm dealing with some mental health issues, put me on Paxil and put me on Seroquel, and then I go home and have a blackout moment and execute my whole family. That's the consequence of mental health that we're dealing with, you guys. I know a few people personally too that where their whole lives weren't on anything, and now all of a sudden they depend on this pill. Oh, they freak out when they need it. Oh, did you guys see my pills? I need my pills. Here's my pills, you guys. Check it out. Look at these. These are my pills right here. I got these from my boy Ross. You guys need any fucking Twister Sweets? Holler at my boy Ross. Got a bunch for sale. This is my cure. It comes from Mother Earth. But if you're awesome like me, you can grow it 10 times better. Whatever color you want. That's my medicine. That's my medicine. I smoke a little ganja. I smoke a little ganja. But I won't take your antidepressants. I won't take your pills and make your placebos think they're doing me a favor. I won't take your sleeping pills that have a bad rap sheet of people taking them and then freaking out and killing people. That's what these antidepressants do these days. We want to focus our time on mental health. Let's talk about it. But I'm going to tell you guys this back in my day, we're built of metal, you guys. We're not built of Legos. You're built with Legos. I'm built with steel. They don't make us anymore. Shit's expensive. Can encourage everybody else to do the same. If you're dealing with mental health, maybe blaze a J. CBD, you guys. Some of our elders are using it for back rubs because there's fucking expensive stuff they're buying. Even the doctor giving them pain medication and it's hurting their livers. See, that's how they do to us. We're victims of that. So you guys enjoyed my video? Omowski's. Keep your kids in school. Tell them not to quit. Tell them to be thorough with their incidents, and you guys handle them. And people my age that are dealing with mental health, find another way if you're taking pills, you guys. Those are no good shit, you guys. I don't condone it. Peace, love, and above, you guys. Until next time, from the one man wrecking crew, Eric B. and Esme&Eric's YouTube channel, we're out.